how do you generate leads on Facebook for free as a mortgage broker? That's what I want to unpack in this video, because we're not talking about ads. We're not talking about spending money. We're talking about how you can generate leads for free using organic social media content. It can be a bit of a minefield. We're going to talk about the strategies I've used to take mortgage brokers through this and be successful. Now, before we go any further, my name is Borland. I'm a mortgage business coach and I help mortgage brokers simplify success. So let's dive into today's topic. Now, the first thing we need to talk about here is business versus personal as Facebook. We're going to be using a personal page for the example. So for me, you'll be able to see here, this is my personal page, and that effectively is an individual. So it belongs to an individual person. It doesn't belong to a business per se. And it's effectively where you get friends and people follow you, and it's the standard Facebook profile that you will have. Whereas a business page, which is what I'm going to put up on screen here, this is my local pub. Easier to use that one just because I don't want to put any other brokers on blast here. So this is a local pub and this is a business or an organization. And as you can see here, there's a bit difference. You have likes, you have followers, and it's more about closing times, and it has reviews and all of these other things that you have here. Now, you might be asking me then, why, Ash, do we want to have a personal profile over a business page as a mortgage broker? The reason is because if you're a broker, and this is different, if you're a brokerage versus a broker, these are two different things. But if you're a mortgage broker yourself and you're trying to generate leads, let's say you're a one-man band, one-woman band, and you're trying to generate business, your best port of call, and we're going to talk about it here, is to utilize your own personal brand. And I'm going to explain why that is in a minute. But it's much better for you to do that. Now, when it comes to reach, you will get more reach on a personal profile than on a business profile. And the reason why is a business profile is going to have you to be able to pay for ads. It's all geared up for ads. And so if ads is the thing you want to go down, you can actually run ads now from personal accounts. But if you're going to pay for ads and you want to run your business account, that's absolutely fine. But majority of the time, for what you're trying to get organic free leads, we do want to be going down the route of a personal account. Now, what you want to do with your personal account is you want to shift your personal account to a creator account. So I've just Googled how to turn my Facebook profile into a digital creator. This is what you're going to want to do in order to make sure that you are still in line with your compliance for most of your networks, because they will not want you to use a personal page. A creator page is technically a business page on a personal profile. Here are the steps. Go to profile, click on the menu, the three buttons, click on tap professional mode, and then click to turn it on. Type in how to turn my Facebook profile into a digital creator, and you will be absolutely fine. You still get organic reach, but you still can run ads if you want, and you're still compliant, and you're still technically a business in Facebook's eyes. So the second thing we need to talk about then is, as a broker, when you're trying to generate leads on Facebook organically for free, you need to dive straight into your personal account and use your existing friends list. Brokers are quite reluctant to do this. They'll say, do you know what? I don't really want to bombard my friends, and I want to keep my business separate from my personal life. And that doesn't fly anymore. If you're trying to build, especially if you're a one-man band business, it's your business, you have to merge the two together. And so you want to use what you have. If you've got 300 Facebook friends already on your profile that you've been using for years and years, those people, majority of them will need a mortgage, and the majority of them don't actually know that you do mortgages. If they do, it might be in passing and not exactly what they're currently thinking is the best thing to use. We're going to talk about how you can utilize that in a second. The first thing to remember is using what you have is going to get you that first initial foot in the door. And most people, if they go from never using their Facebook profile for business to then starting to talk about business and sharing that and trying to educate their audience in mortgages, they can pick up a fair decent amount of mortgages in a short amount of time because people just didn't know you did them. Don't be afraid to pitch effectively. You're adding value and creating awareness. Bring that into your personal life. You got 300 Facebook friends. It's going to be very hard for you to get 300 people who don't know who you are to buy into you, to know and trust you. These people already know you. They already like you. They don't potentially technically trust you with their mortgage, which we're going to touch on in the second point, but they already like you. So we're already 2/3 of the way there in getting them to potentially want to use you for a mortgage and generating leads from Facebook. So use what you have. Don't be too precious with it. So what we need to do now is we need to re-educate your friends. We need to re-educate your friends in what you do. So the majority of your friends will see you as, it's known as the pigeonhole effect. I'll explain what I mean by this. People often see you in one, maybe two ways, but mostly one. Your partner, your spouse, they might see you in 2 or 3 different ways. So let's say for me, to my wife, I am her husband. I'm also the father of her children. Outside of that, probably not much, because she's too busy focusing on her own life, which is absolutely fine, which is right, to be thinking about what I'm doing. So to her, her pigeonhole effect is that she puts me in those 2 boxes in her life. I fill those roles in her life. People don't like this because we want to be multifaceted. I like all these things and I want everyone to know it. But to everybody else, they're too busy living their life to care about all the things you want to be known for. So they will see you as exactly how they see you. For most people outside of your immediate family, and really spouse is probably 2, and even the rest of your family is just 1. This is very obvious in, let's say you've got school friends. So you've got friends who you met at school. They will see you as their school friend. They won't see you as the mortgage broker. They won't see you as the father, the musician, whatever it is. They'll see you as the person they met from school. They'll see you as their football friend. They'll see you as their rugby friend. They'll see you as the school friend, as in like the school pick-off if you're a mum and you drop, oh, I meet her at school, and when we're dropping the kids off. All of that stuff is this pigeonhole effect. And so our job is to try and re-educate our friends, as in friends within that group, to say, I am the mortgage broker who is your friend, not your friend you met in high school or your friend you met at the local pub. It's not that. And this, by the way, is really obvious. You'll see this will be happening to you if you are losing business. So your friends are doing mortgages and they come to you and go, oh, I just did my mortgage. And you're like, why didn't you come to me? If you've ever had that happen to you, that's what is happening. It's because they don't see you that way. So our job is to see you that way and to create a strategy that allows people to see you that way. So the big question with that is, how do you do that? And actually, it's much easier than you think. What you want to do is create content all around one specific thing, mortgages, for a year. Now, you'll generate leads before a year, but nothing else other than mortgages for a year on your personal Facebook page, with a caveat, and I'll add that in. We're going to touch on that right at the end, so stay to the end of the video. I know a little bit of an extra bonus on this, but really you just need to talk about mortgages over and over again, and you need to do it through video. Don't do it through any other medium. Video effectively replicates your voice, it replicates your face, it replicates you. It's like cloning yourself in the digital world. And so if you're not doing video, if you're just posting mortgage rate, it's not going to work. You need people to see you, see your face, hear your voice, because they already know you, they already like you. And so what we're trying to do now is build that trust. It doesn't work by chucking up some Canva image and going, oh yeah, I do mortgages, or oh yeah, client review. What we need is, I'm talking about mortgages. Here's some stuff. Now, it's actually very simple. Most people say, how do I find ideas? What can I do? Really straightforward. I'll show you exactly how you can do it for free right now. So on screen, I've got ChatGPT. Now, what I'm going to do is I'll turn it onto the free version just so you can see it. So the free one is GPT-4. So I can show you. You can go onto ChatGPT, and all you need to do is say, can you give me the most asked questions around getting a mortgage in the UK? And then you just press enter. And that is it. You ask to give you a list of the most asked questions around getting a mortgage in the UK, and it will then do the rest of the work for you. What we've got here is, what deposit do I need for a mortgage? What is a mortgage in principle, and do I need one? These are the videos you need to answer. Can you give me 100 of these? And the next thing, it's going to make 100 common questions people are asking. All you have to do is literally say, pick up your phone every day and just make videos on that question. Pick up your phone, make the video on it, upload it. Now, you can use an app called Captions, which you'll be able to see here. Now, if you go onto Captions, it will allow you to edit the video and add those captions. It will allow you to create these videos with subtitles and captions, £50 for the year. And it also has a desktop version. You can record directly into the app, download the video, upload it to Facebook. It is really that simple to re-educate your client, but you want to do this every single day. Now your content is done, and that leads me on to the next phase of generating leads through Facebook for free, optimizing your Facebook profile. Your Facebook profile is the landing page that people are going to look at when it comes to generating leads. They're going to look at you on there and decide whether or not it's worth speaking to you. Most people, when their Facebook profile is on, they have this really rubbish, really crappy Facebook page that is just pretty poor, really. It's not very great. And so because of that, they end up not really converting. So the content's okay, but the page doesn't look very good. Let's take my page. What you'll see here on my page is this has been optimized. I'm still in the midst of optimizing it further. I've just been doing a rebrand into this purple kind of look here, but it's purple and blue, and that's all been inspired by my lighting. So as you can see here, this is the cover page. If you landed on this, you would know exactly what it is. We've got Mortgage Business Mastery, which is the name of my podcast. If you haven't already checked out my podcast, you can do that. You can go over to any Apple podcast, Spotify, anywhere like that, search Mortgage Business Mastery, and that you'll be able to get it there. It's the name of a solo podcast I do. So you can go check that out. It's good to keep up to date with your weekly kind of CPD. If I click on that, it says click here. I've created this all in Canva. So if I click here, actually you can click on the image and then I can get access to all the links. So there's my link to my Instagram, my LinkedIn, my YouTube channel, my website, my free mortgage marketing blueprint, which is a free course that I have. So all of this is off of the cover photo, and the cover photo has that call to action so people know what to do. Now, you then have my profile photo. My profile photo is me. It is not just me and my friends or a couple of people. It's me. It's not my business logo. Make sure it's you, and make sure it's the same photo you have on your WhatsApp, that you have on your LinkedIn, that you have on your website. This photo is important, that people know it's the same person everywhere, but it's got to look professional. It's got to look good. Now, little cheeky one with this, if you haven't got professional headshots, all my photos are AI generated. They're not real. I cannot be bothered to be doing headshots. It's easier now with AI to do this. The app I use is called Insta Headshots, and it's pretty great. In fact, it's absolutely brilliant. The pricing is relatively cheap. I think it's $60, and you get those 200 photos. I would highly recommend anybody do this. All you have to do is take your phone and you take 10 photos, different angles and different clothing. But the best way to do it is just put a couple of clothes on the bed and then move around the house and take photos. It takes you like 5 minutes. And then you will be able to upload them. It takes about 2 hours, and they'll give you 200 to choose from. Most of them are rubbish. About 5 to 10 of them will be great, but that's all you need. You need one really good one, and then you need about 4 or 5 okay ones that can be used for marketing everywhere else. So for your thumbnails, for your content, it's so much easier. Changing your hair color, or you're changing your hairstyle. Let's say if you're a woman and you dye your hair a lot, or you're a man and you cut your beard off, or you shave your head. It's as simple as just going straight in and doing that. So that's really important to do. The next bit is having all of this optimized to do exactly what you say. So this is your About You section. Make sure there's links to any relevant other content. So if you want to go to different platforms from me, and then it says what I do. So it says business coach for mortgage brokers. It's very clear. The whole idea of this is clarity. You then have what is called the pinned post, the post that gets pinned to the top of your profile. And now for me, this actually is my YouTube video, which is how to generate free leads as a mortgage broker, which is a deep dive. And I'll link this video at the end of this one because it's a great video. Actually, it's a presentation that I did for a load of mortgage brokers that it has had amazing feedback. If you're liking this video, you'll love that one. It's a pinned post. That pinned post should be something about you, maybe a lead magnet or a lead generator, or a link to booking a call with you, whether that's through Calendly or something like that. So you see how I said about not talking about anything else, just staying business. This is pretty much what mine is. It's just so much business content, apart from the fact that it was my wife's birthday. Everything else is nearly all business. So that's how you optimize your profile to look good. At the end of the day, it's just about, if someone landed on your profile, does this scream to them that you are a mortgage broker? This is exactly what you do and why you need to contact me. What are we trying to do? We're trying to re-educate people. And we're also trying to make clear for anyone who comes onto the profile exactly what it is you do. If it's unclear what you do, they will be unclear on whether they should work with you, and then they won't convert. Once you've got this right, so you've started to re-educate and reuse your Facebook for business, and you're getting your friends and family to realize this is what you do, the next thing you want to do is a couple of things. You want to start adding clients. So any client you have that you've done business with in the past, go back through your business and start adding them as friends. This is important because you want to create that nurture relationship for them to be repeat business. Then join groups. Joining Facebook groups can be really useful. You want to join relevant Facebook groups and for your specific location. I live in a village called Over. So as you see, the Admiral Over. There is a group called the Over Village Standard. And this is one of those groups where everybody posts random stuff. You've got the Scarecrow Festival. You want to start getting involved in these small groups. What this does not mean is spam your content in there. You're trying to make yourself known. Once you make yourself known, that's going to bring more and more people to you, which is exciting because people will go, oh, okay, cool. Who is this person? They're going to check out your profile. It's optimized for mortgages, and you start to educate and nurture them to become clients. Facebook groups are great. Another type of Facebook group you would want to look at is industry groups. So you might want to first-time buyer groups. There might be any type of first-time buyer. You just search them. First-time buyer, UK honest property help and advice. Join. These groups are going to ask questions, UK mortgage advice, and a lot of these, by the way, will be run by brokers. That's okay. Just get involved and talk with people in those groups. The more you do that, you're making yourself known, people will start to like you. So that is how you then start to branch out. Consolidate what your brand is, make it look really good, make it very clear that when someone lands on your Facebook page, it's like a landing page. And then we want to go out and reach out to people and start getting those people to see you as the expert. So we're moving outwards and getting more well known. Now, this brings me to my final point, which is you can actually post personal content if you wanted to. When it comes to personal content on your Facebook page, because Facebook pages are and profiles, your personal profile, they are designed to be personal. What we are trying to do with personal content is we want to make sure that if you are posting something about, say, your kid's football game or anything like that, you want to have some sort of business edge to it. So a lot of the time I might do it with mine, where I might talk about being able to go and have a lovely meal by the river with my wife and my kids, and actually then say, and this is how I'm able to do this because I didn't think this would be possible 5 years ago. But now that I've got all these systems and processes in place, I'm able to do this, and I'm able to be way more present with my family while still running a successful business. What does that do? For me, that's even more so. I'm teaching people how to do the same. So link your personal with some form of business framing around it. When you do, that's the next tier. It's like the level 2. What that does is it starts to mix that with this very direct content about mortgages, and then this personal stuff that still is actually subliminally pushing the narratives very well. Now, that is how you create leads through Facebook for free. This strategy has made people lots of money. And most of my clients who do this strategy, in fact, pretty much all of them who've done it, have been able to sustain a significant amount of lead flow from both friends and family. As time goes on, it then moves into other people, and it's all about nurturing it. Then you create this great hub where people can come and check you out. When they check you out, it looks solid. By the way, this is pretty similar to LinkedIn. I'll do a video on optimizing LinkedIn as well, but this is a solid strategy. Now, if you want to check out that mortgage lead generation video I spoke about that was on my pinned post, it's up here on the screen right now. It's a phenomenal video where we break down the authority formula and exactly how that works and how you can present yourself to be the best possible broker in your area online. Do check that out. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments, and I'll see you then.